Hello, world of YouTube. B2J135 here, back at you again with another wonderfully delicious Pokemon Black and White Wi-Fi battle from Smogon, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, we've got I believe it is a NU battle. I'm pretty sure it was I believe it was UU at that time. Most of the Pokemon I use are UU or borderline at that time. I'm pretty sure it was UU. So, let's get it started. In this battle, I face off against Bobby from Smogon, whatever his name might have been. He sends it his Aggron. I'm like, okay, Aggron, that's first, so maybe he's got Stealth Rock going. I go for my Croc, that big back Crocodile. What you doing? Yes. So he's like, oh, that's not good. So he switches out because I do go for the Earthquake. I'm like, I'm staying. What he's gonna do? He actually goes into his Aerodactyl, and of course that's not gonna hit because Aerodactyl is flying type. So by Aerodactyl, okay, he's gonna use Stealth Rock. So I bring in my Espeon, which at that time was UU material, I believe, and he actually goes for the Aqua 12 but misses. So I'm like, oh, that was a good save for me. And then he goes for the Crunch. He's like, okay, I'm not gonna use Stealth Rock because I know he's got. So he crunches, and I go for the Reflect because I know Espeon is going to be able to take at least one crunch, at least one. So it does go for the Reflect, bring the Reflect up. I do carry the Light Clay, of course. I switch out, go into my, you slow bro? You slow bro? You slow bro? He goes for the crunch, and Slowbro takes it like a bounce. Like a bounce. Look at that. Ain't do nothing. Anyway, I take that. Get the lefties. He's like, okay, so you're gonna do that, all right? And I'm gonna switch out, and he's going back into Psyfox. Like, okay, I'm gonna set up my Stealth Rocks. No, what you doing? You can't do that. Magic Bounce, boing. I'll let you take these. Though, here, you can have them. I'm good. So I get my rocks off. He's all like, Urgh. So I switch back out into Slowbro, and he's like, this is not good. So I believe he switches. No, he goes for the Earthquake. He goes for the Earthquake. And after this, he switches. He's like, okay, this is not good because he might either predict me doing Stealth Rock or whatever. So I switch, and he brings out his Heavy again. And I go for the Scald on Aggron. And to my surprise, I guess because of the Stealth Rock damage, Aggron actually gets one shot. Either that or Aggron is not the best specialty defenses. I haven't taken a check. But yeah, one shot. I was like, wow. Gone. So that's the end of him. Slowbro doesn't have the best special attack either, so I was like, wow, dude, yeah. But anyway, he brings in Mr. Freeze, aka that big bad Regice. I was like, oh, this guy is gonna be trouble. And indeed he was. He's faster than me, of course. He goes for the Amnesia. I'm like, you've already got high special attack. Why do you need to go more? And I'm like, so I go for the Fire Blast, but that was even after. And then I missed. That's what really made me mad, because I could have got a burn on him. And I don't know what I was thinking. I was looking at my team at this time. I was like, what can I do to bring this out? Because he's got Ice Beam. Most of my Pokemon have Fighting Moves, but they're weak to Ice. So I was like, I'll just keep him in here, keep going for Fire Blast, hopefully to get a burn and do at least some damage. Because if you do Scald, that's sure you've got the same attack type bonus, but it's still not going to do that much, and you might get the burn, so I wasn't really thinking. Well, I get my lefties up here. I believe I go for another one. He goes for another Amnesia. I'm like, you're just really going to do that, huh? You're just really going to keep Amnesia up. That's just, So I go for the Scald here, actually, and I'm like, okay, you know what? At least let me get the burn. And luckily, I actually get the burn for once. Because when I do Scald, normally I'm like, oh, come on, burn. It takes forever, but he got it this time, so it was lucky me. Next, I believe I finally switch out into my Crocodile because I don't have anything. Oh no, I stay in. I guess I thought he was going to switch, so I did another Scald, or either I did a Fire Blast. But he actually goes with the Thunder Wave, and if I did go into Crocodile, I could have actually did some damage. So that was not the best idea to do. So. Because if that Thunder Wave would have hit Crocodile, of course it wouldn't have did anything because it's a ground type, and I could have used Stealth Rock, but yeah. But I finally go now into Crocodile because I'm like, okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna sacrifice Crocodile, sadly, so that I can actually bring in somebody that actually hits harder than Crocodile. So Dirt Croc gets hit by that massive ice beam. Kazing. I'm like, oh no, he's cold-blooded. That's going to be super effective. Anyway, but yeah, he actually does go down. So that's the end of Dirt Croc. Now I bring in somebody that hits hard and hits like a bounce. That big bad Automobot, that Autobot, that Poctimus Prime, that Golurk. Is actually Poctimus with a T. I forgot to change it. Pokemon Optimus, Pokemon Optimus Prime, Poctimus Prime. So yeah, I don't know. Transformers. That's all I came up with. So yeah, one shot. Choice Band, Iron Fist, Shadow Punch. It's over. He couldn't take that. So I'm like, okay, Messy here, what are you doing with that Eviolite? What are you doing? You're crazy. He actually goes for the Power Whip. I misunderestimated it, and my reflect is gone. So I was like, whoa, that did a lot of damage. I was like, wow, okay, that's not good. Let me get out of here because I believe he might be faster as well. I couldn't remember. So I go into Dat Kids because Dat Kids can take that Power Whip like a boss. Like, what? What is this? Get that shit off of me. I ate that for breakfast. So I go for the Air Slash. No, actually, I don't go for the Air Slash. I predict his switch and go for the Thunder Wave. I'm like, okay, you gotta be an idiot to stay in. So I go for the Thunder Wave, and he goes for something I was hoping to paralyze anyway. That nasty, very quick Aerodactyl. And he's like, oh, no! I'm like, yeah, yes, you got Thunder Wave. Yes, that Parahack. So now I'm like, okay, I don't remember if Orb Spear does not hit with the rock flying super effective, but I go for it anyways, and it actually is neutral. So I was like, okay. But I actually do get the Parahacks off on him, so I'm like, yeah, alright, let me not stay in here though, because that's not a good idea. So I switch out and go into my Psyfox. I'm like, yeah, you're probably going to use another Stealth Rock if you don't get Parahacks. And he does. I was like, ooh, what are you doing? You're too late, man. He was mad. I know he was. I can't remember if I was chatting to him now, and I think he just decides to stay in and use his Death Fire. Like, oh, okay, so it did its job and it's about to die, so F it. So he lets me finish it off with Psychic. Now here's the big bad thing here. That Weavile, the bane of my existence in this match, because I had a lot of Pokemon that were weak to it. I think like 4, maybe 2. So he actually goes for the Ice Punch, not the Night Slash. So I'm like, oh, you dirty bitch. But yep, that's the end of Psyfox, and I believe I go into, yes, I go into my, what is this thing called? Oh my gosh, what is it called? I can't remember. Anyway, I go to, and I thought I was faster than it. I was going to go for the Acrobatics, but yep, I can't remember. Maybe it was the speed time, not sure. I never looked up the speed on Weavile, but I was slower, so I lost that because of an idiot move. And then I go into my, you slow, bruh? Slow, bruh? No, Weavile's not slow. So anyway, I go for the, he goes for the Night Slash. I'm like, yeah, I'm still going to take that like a bounce. I can at least take 2 hits of that. And because he's holding Life Orb, though, I was like, ooh, yeah, I need to just get rid of him. And I could have just used a Scald instead of Fire Blast and missing, but I went for it anyway like an idiot. But it went and hit, and that was the end of Weavile. So like, okay, that's good. One thing taken out, I don't have to deal with that anymore. Get my lefties, and I believe now he goes into his Yanmega, Dragonfly. Yanmega, of course, gets hit with them Stealth Rocks, half damage, almost dead. I'm like, hurts, doesn't it? Yes. He goes for the Bug Buzz, though, and Slowbro can't take it. Slowbro gets a massive headache that he can't control and dies. So I'm like, no, you Slowbro! Then I have to bring it back. So, next we go for, I believe next I bring in my, my Togekiss. Yes, I bring in my Togekiss. And I'm like, okay, yeah, so what are you going to do? He protects, and I thought he would protect too. So I went for the Thunder Wave, and I'm like, okay, I'm just going to Thunder Wave you, see what you're going to do. So, yep, trying to get speed up for some reason. I don't know what he was thinking. He should have just went for Air Slash, but whatever. Anyway, he goes for the Air Slash now, hoping to flinch me out because he only has 2 Pokemon left. That and that Tangela. So I'm like, yeah, you can't flinch Togekiss. I'm the one that flinches people. Get out of here. Zink! And that is the end of Dragonfly. Goodbye, Yanmega. Go back to the ancient sages. I mean, the ancient times. The Legend of Zelda. Anywho, that is the end of Yanmega. Now we go into, he goes into his messy hair Tangela. Oh my god, Tangela. What is wrong? Ah! And then I'm like, yeah, you're not going to survive this, even with the Eviolite. I don't care. And if you do, I will flinch you. So, he actually doesn't survive. I was like, wow. That sucks. And that's the end of Tangela. And yeah, that's the game. So, B2J 1 through 5, about to sign out. Just wanted to tell you guys, I am back in college now. I actually used this new computer they sent me for free, Everest University Online. That's a new thing, so I have a life again. But I'm still going to be uploading for you guys and everything. So, yep, that. And I will be getting my high-speed internet, 20 megabytes per second, so I'll be able to upload quicker. Like when I'm at work, I can upload, and other things. Also, if you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe to the B2J 135 show. Sure, I haven't made anything in the last couple of weeks, but very soon, once we get that high-speed internet up, I'm going to be uploading back and forth between accounts, so that that channel pretty much is about, if you haven't seen my previous important message video, it's about taking things in 3D. Let's say there's an event going on. I'm going to take the 3DS there and record everything in 3D. It's going to be very cool. Different camera angles, all that type of jazz. Or just walk around the park in 3D. A lot of cool stuff. And I'm actually, the plus thing about it is, even though, you know, not most people can watch YouTube 3D videos because they don't have the camera or they use the cross-eye. The cross-eye actually does work. You have to concentrate. You actually are going to be able to take the videos that I make and put them on your 3DS so that you can actually see how it's meant to be seen. So I'm going to put it on my MediaFire account. That's another thing. That high speed, that uploading quicker. There's a lot of great stuff about that. So, yeah. That, and I believe that is it. I'm going to upload another battle probably maybe Saturday, maybe Sunday, maybe no. My new schedule is Tuesdays or Saturday. They changed my schedule again, so now Sundays and Mondays I'm off. So I think I'll be uploading Sundays and Monday, and this battle should be uploaded either by the end of Saturday or the beginning of Sunday. I think it's going to be the end of Saturday. The what's the day? The 25th of 1st, 2012. So by the end of the 28th, going into the 29th, this battle should be uploaded, and that is it. Yep, B2J135 signing out, and you guys have a blessed day.